It's an off-brand clip, but fuck it though. 31 rounds in the 40. Beat the street nigga at adobo season. I'm eating, what's up, 40? On the run, flew to an island, that's in U.S. territory. Prison ain't scary at all, my baby, it's just really boring. Get money or get nothing, you know that shit mandatory. This my life, this what I live, these my Hollywood street stories. What's up though, everybody? It's Hollywood Street Savage, aka Mr. Tote the Plastic, and I'm back with another video. For this video, we're going to be speaking on Ethan Crumbley, the Oxford school shooter, and what prison will be like for him. Before we get into the video though, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't already. Like, share, comment, stream Hollywood Street Savage music on all digital platforms. Check out my website, HollywoodStreetSavage.com. I'll be sure to leave links in the description section below. I ain't gonna hold y'all no more though. Let's get into it. So for those of you guys who don't know, Ethan Crumbley is the Oxford school shooter. He's 16 years old. On Tuesday, November 30th, 2021, he went into school. He went to the bathroom. He took a gun out of his backpack. When he left out of the bathroom, he began opening fire on students and staff, killing 4 students. He has 24 charges, including terrorism and 4 counts of first-degree murder. Both his parents are being held in the Oakland County Jail as well on $500K bond because Ethan allegedly gave his dad money for the gun and his father went and purchased the gun for him. It was a Sig Sauer 9mm, and then he later on used that same gun to go commit these murders at his school. And for that reason, both his parents are being charged because if the father would have never bought the gun, kids wouldn't have never died. Ethan faces 24 charges, including 1 count of terrorism and 4 counts of first-degree murder. Now, in Michigan, premeditated murder is usually off-rip, no questions asked, mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole. Mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole, usually for, and that's just for one body. That's just for one body. Premeditated murder, one body. Mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole in Michigan. Ethan Crumbley has 4 bodies. That man is not going anywhere. No, not at all. Never. He will forever be in custody for the rest of his life. He pleaded guilty yesterday to all the charges. He admitted to everything, pleaded guilty to the charges. There's no reductions, no plea negotiations, no plea offers, no sentencing agreements. There's no deals on the table. He pleaded guilty. He's gonna get sentenced on his sentencing date, and then he's gonna go to prison. He's gonna get life in prison, and he's gonna go to prison and spend the rest of his life in prison. And that's just that. And if they had death penalty in Michigan, he probably would get the death penalty. But he's for sure gonna get life in prison without the possibility of parole. There's no way around that. Like, and then this shit happened in Oakland County. Brashard, man, listen, they're about to fry him. He's done. You know what I'm saying? Stick a fork in him. He's done. Ethan Crumbley is not going home. He's not going anywhere. He's going to prison, and that's that. Because of his age and he's a juvenile, when it first happened, he's been housed in the Oakland County Jail this whole time since he's been apprehended or whatever. He's been in the Oakland County Jail. In the beginning, they were trying to get him transferred to the Oakland County Children's Village, which is a juvenile detention facility, and they're trying to get him transferred because of his age and how young he is. The defense was trying to argue that he shouldn't be housed with grown inmates or whatever, but I'm already knowing that shit was a dub. That shit, they're not about to, like, because of the severity of his charges, he's not going nowhere. He's staying right where the fuck he's at. You know what I'm saying? Single man cell, Oakland County Jail, till he rides out and goes to prison. They're not about to put him in there with the kids, and you know what I'm saying, like that, because of how heinous the crime was. He's in there with the big dogs. He's in the big house. And then if it was looking like he possibly could have been about to get transferred to OCCV, to Oakland County Children's Village, they would have stretched it out, prolonging it until he turned 17 or whatever the age, 16 or 17. He's already 16. So, and then the whole trial and all that shit, you know, the whole case and stuff, that shit takes months and shit anyway to go through, and before he'll go to prison and stuff anyway. They would have just stretched it out until he was old enough to go to jail. I think the age was like 16 or 17 when you can go to jail, or where you can go to Oakland County Jail. So I feel like they would have stretched that shit out and then just been like, shit, well, it's your birthday now. You're old enough to be in jail anyway, so you can forget the juvenile shit anyway. I feel like that's how they would have played that. But like I said, the severity of his case and his charges, and you know what I'm saying, like, they're not playing with him. They're not playing with that shit. He's not going nowhere. He's gonna stay right where he at, in the big house with the big dudes, you know what I'm saying, the grown men. And you know, you do the grown man crime, you do the grown man time, you know what I'm saying? You going to jail with the grown men, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they're doing with him right now. He's in a single man cell, away from everybody, probably very limited to when he can come out, when he can use the phone, when he can shower, all that shit.
So what will prison be like for Ethan Crumbley? Well, from jail, he'll go to Jackson quarantine, which is like intake process right before he gets sent to his assigned prison. So he'll go to Jackson quarantine first. This shit is like straight out the movies, like Shawshank Redemption or like Blood In, Blood Out, where it's like tears and like the bird cage cells, you know, that type of style cell. Some of the cells are single man, some of the cells are two mans, and there's the toilet in there is very, very small. The toilet in there, the bunk, and like the locker and the sink. While in Jackson, he's gonna go through a whole bunch of exams and tests and stuff. He'll get his eye exam, he'll get dental checkup, do blood work. They're just gonna make sure you're sterile. They're gonna do all this stuff, make sure you're sterile. They're gonna give you an STD test, which I'm pretty sure when he was out here, he wasn't getting no action, so he ain't got shit to worry about. I mean, he's definitely not getting no action now, you know what I'm saying? But so within 30 days of being in quarantine, after all his testing and stuff is done, he'll ride out to his assigned prison. He'll most likely start off as a level 4. In Michigan, there's only level 1, level 2, level 4, and level 5. He will more than likely start off as a level 4 because all the time he's about to come with. So, and a lot of times, a lot of guys that come down with a lot of time, you know, obviously they got all this time and shit, they don't have shit to lose, so they're the ones that usually probably act out and do crazy shit, whatever, I don't know, but he's more high security risk, whatever, so he's gonna start off level 4 for whatever reason. He'll start off at level 4, and then shit for real, he could even start at level 5 for real, but I don't know. Pretty sure more than likely he's gonna start off at level 4. Then if he has good behavior and stuff, he can work his way down over time to a level 2. He'll never go below a level 2 because he's never going home. Guys that are in level 1 have outdates. They're going home, you know, they're short time. They're like 5 years and under when you're in level 1. There's some guys in level 2 that have outdates and are going home and stuff like that, but he'll never be below level 2. He'll never, period. I doubt he'll be in segregation unless some behavior issues or something like that put him there, but I don't think he'll start off in segregation or nothing. But he'll definitely probably be in general population. His charges will more than likely make him a target, and I say that because the victims might have family members that are doing time in prison. The survivors might have family that are doing time in prison that might be upset that he put those family members in harm's way. It might just be regular inmates who don't have nothing to do with none of the victims or the survivors and stuff, but they just not feeling what he did. You know what I'm saying? So they might, you know, they might get at him for that shit, you know? So his charges will definitely make him a target. And then, I mean, his appearance, look at him, you know what I'm saying? He's a small young guy, probably gonna get extorted, for real, for real. His charges will definitely make him a target. People are gonna notice him. They're gonna recognize him. Not everybody, but a lot of people will recognize him because there is cable TV in there. Everybody can buy their own TV and put it on their bunk. People watch the news all the time. They definitely know what the fuck is up. They're definitely hip, and they'll definitely recognize him. And if they got a problem with it, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? He'll be confronted. He'll just have to be ready for that. That's something, you know, that's the consequences of his actions. He's gonna have to deal with that. I definitely think he's gonna have it hard. He's gonna have it hard. He'll most likely be extorted or straight up robbed for his food and his electronics. Either that will happen or they'll put the soft squeeze on him. Now, the soft squeeze means he'll be approached by somebody trying to befriend him, being his friend, being nice to him and showing him the ropes and all that, maybe sharing food with him, giving him a soup or something when he first touched down, some hygiene, whatever, you know, just being cool with him and stuff. But they have a hidden agenda, they have a motive, and they might don't have too much, you know, like a lot of them guys don't even have much, so they might give him some little shit what they got, or they don't got shit. They just gonna be a friend to him, you know, and show him the ropes and just be cool with him. And then they're gonna put the soft squeeze on him, and naturally he's gonna start looking out for him, or the person to ask, like, yo, let me, you got a shot of coffee I can get? It'll start off small, just little shit, and then before you know it, you know, Ethan will be funding this guy's campaign, feeding him, buying him food, sharing with him and shit, and that's the soft squeeze, you know what I'm saying? Like, befriending them and just being nice, but there's a motive and a hidden agenda with it, you know what I'm saying? That's the other option if he don't get straight up robbed and extorted, you know what I'm saying? And even if he does get extorted or straight up robbed or whatever, the guy's gonna come up Trump with the soft squeeze and befriending him, and he's gonna feel more safe and shit. Like, oh yeah, all right, I'm gonna hang with you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you been here a minute, you can protect me or whatever. Also, too, he could get protection if he joined one of those white organizations, a certain organization. See, it's a lot of race play in prison and shit. So race play a factor, and so like he's not just gonna be able to join any group, obviously. So 9 times out of 10, he's gonna have to join some white organization or whatever. He'll be accepted. Somebody will accept him and hang with him and fuck with him, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he'll have it rough. He's gonna be in there with the sharks, you know? They have mental facilities like that, have units and shit that house like mental people. I don't know if it's been established if Ethan Crumbley is like something's wrong with him and whatever, but I know in the beginning he was initially trying to plead like insanity, then they retracted that, and now he just pleaded guilty yesterday to all charges and admitted to everything. Yeah, he's just gonna get sentenced and he's gonna go to prison. But like I was saying though, they have units for like the mental people or whatever, but there's not no help for real. Like, it's not doing shit. Like, they're not like, this is what they're doing, man. This is what goes on. They're them guys that's fucked up and that's mental and stuff, that got stuff wrong with them and stuff. They go to these prisons, they mix them in with the real criminals and stuff, because there's people in prison that aren't criminals. They put regular people in prison all the time for random shit that's not even criminal, you know what I'm saying? And they mix these guys in with the real criminals, and these guys don't know how to jail with the real criminals, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's prison rules and stuff like that. You're supposed to move a certain way and stuff, so then you got these guys in here that's not criminals. They don't know how to jail, so you mix them in with these guys, and a lot of times they get fucked up because they don't know how to jail, they don't know how to move. It's respect and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And some of these guys don't know what's up, and they'll get fucked up because they're not a criminal, so they're not, you know, they're not hip to what's going on. Even if they was to say like, oh, this dude is fucked up and whatever, even if they don't say that he's mentally or whatever, like even if he just goes in as a regular inmate and not on some mental shit, man, they're 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be feeding him meds. These guys that go in there that's mental, they not, I feel like there's no help for them. I feel like there's no classes, or I mean there might, I don't know. I've never been in them units and stuff, I don't know, so I can't say that for sure. But like, I've been in prison and I've been around like guys that's not right, you know what I'm saying? And they're off and they regularly take meds for this shit every day, you know. They go to med line, and I feel like when Ethan goes to prison, for sure probably he's gonna be on meds. They're gonna put him on meds, they're gonna feed him meds his whole bit. He's gonna be a zombie. They're gonna turn him to a zombie. He's gonna be high his whole bit. They're probably gonna just turn him to a zombie, and that's what they do to a lot of these guys. They just feed them pills. Some of these guys, that's not right. They just feed them pills every day, you know, psychiatric pills and stuff like that. And these dudes are zombies. They're zombies, like literally, they're zombies. The med line is real. They line up at that med window, and they all get their meds every day, like clockwork. And I feel like that's what they probably will do to him. They'll just feed him pills his whole bit, and he'll just be a zombie. But I don't know. I think too, he might, because of his age and how young he is, he might start off in Thumb Correctional Facility, which is in Lapeer, Michigan. And why I say he'll start off there, he'll go to quarantine first. He'll go from jail, he'll go to quarantine in Jackson, Michigan. Then from quarantine, his assigned prison will be Thumb Correctional Facility in Lapeer, Michigan. And I say that because Thumb is the only facility in Michigan, I believe, that has like, for the juveniles, the young offenders that go to prison real young and stuff, they have like a housing area or whatever, just a certain part of the prison that houses the young guys. Orientation and just, you know, get them ready. You know, they get a little bit older, a couple years, and then they might get shipped off to a different prison or whatever. But they start the young guys off like that, usually at Thumb, you know what I'm saying? Jail, quarantine, and then he'll probably go to Thumb because of his age. If he was older and he wasn't young and his age wasn't a factor, then they'll send him wherever the fuck. But he'll definitely probably go to Thumb because of his age. So yeah, man, that's what prison will be like for Ethan Crumbley when he gets to prison. That's what he can expect. He's definitely gonna have it hard, and he's gonna have to face the consequences for his actions, for what he's done. There's very serious charges. There's some very serious stuff what he did. Took 4 students' lives. RIP to those students. that lost their lives on that day. Condolences to all their family. It kind of hit home a little bit in the sense of Oxford is right in our backyard. Yeah, he's done, man. Stick a fork in him. He's done. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't already. Like, share, comment. Till next time, man. I'm out.
Free at last, free at last. Hit the ground running, not to hurt to the bend. Creatine, acetone on the man.